We're at Valor Fights 41. The unbelievably even and exciting matchups continue in our pro MMA card. This next bout is a catchweight bout at 160. It's presented by 4G Custom Designs. It's Kid Chaos, Zach Cook 3-3 out of Columbus, Ohio, taking on Kobe the Great Wall, who's undefeated at 3-0 out of Kennesaw, Georgia. The great fights continue at Valor Fights 41 in Elizabethton. We're Kate Seidman's Ferrara, Casey Oxendine. For our fighter introductions, let's go to the cage and Jennifer.
Our next bout of the evening is a catchweight at 160 pounds, brought to you by 4G Custom Designs. First, please welcome to the cage, Zach Cook.
So here's Kid Chaos, Zach Cook, first out from Team Chaos in Columbus, Ohio. Casey, tell us about Zach.
Well, first off, the guy knows how to dress. You can see it right there, the tie-dye. What a character this dude is. A very aggressive, well-rounded fighter. He's had wins with submission, KO, TKO, and decision. But again, this is a guy who has fallen prey to submissions in the past. And again, that is a specialty of his opponent tonight, Kobe the Great Wall.
Zach Cook coming off a loss to Joshua Vassell. That was in October of last year, and that was in the first round. And as you mentioned, Casey, some of his losses have been fairly quickly. Also lost to Eric Bledsoe in the first round, and a early second round submission loss to Joshua Hillard. Also has a win over Tim Boyle as a pro, as well as Mike Williams, and in 2016 also beat Luke Rasbottom. Zach Cook coming off of that loss, looking to get back on the winning track and get above 500 in this catchweight bout at 160. Kobe the Great Wall, though, besides the fantastic nickname for Kobe Wall, he is a very, very skilled fighter with a awfully good pedigree as well. As Kobe Wall, highly touted national prospect, making his Valor Fights debut. We'll tell you about Wall in a second. Back to Jennifer.
And his opponent making his way to the cage, please welcome Kobe Wall.
Kobe Wall out of Stryker Fight Center in Kennesaw, Georgia. And Casey, you and Valor Fights president Tim Loy talked to Kobe Wall this week. Talk about that.
Kobe Wall is a very pedigreed fighter. He's been up and down the highways throughout the United States, and he wins each and every time. He is a very solid striker. He knows his way around the submission game. We mentioned that before. And beyond all of that, he puts it all together so well. He has the right sort of mentality for the fight game. You can tell he enjoys it in a refined manner, but once he steps into the cage, it's fireworks.
If you count his amateur fights, Kobe Wall has never lost. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape between Zach Cook and Kobe Wall in this catchweight bout at 160 pounds. Zach Cook is 1 year younger than Kobe Wall. Wall has the height advantage. Look at that, 6 inches difference between the two. Wall is undefeated at 3-0. So how about Kobe Wall, unbeaten as an amateur, 12-0, unbeaten as a professional, like you said.
Yeah.
He just wins.
That's what I was gonna say. 15-0 in mixed martial arts competition, one after the other, and they're all different. I mean, you name it, he can put you away. Definitely one of the top prospects in the United States right now.
Kobe Wall has gone 5 rounds before. He's also got a whole bunch of quick finishes, submissions, strikes, you name it. As Casey mentioned, he's won in a lot of different ways. All right, both fighters in the cage. Let's go back to Jennifer.
This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the Hog's Red corner, he weighed in at 159 pounds, holds a record of 3 wins with 3 losses, and fights out of Team Chaos in Columbus, Ohio, Kid Chaos, Zach Cook. And his opponent across the cage to my right, fighting out of the OEB blue corner. He weighed in at 160 pounds, holds an undefeated record of 3 wins with 0 losses, and fights out of Stryker Fight Center in Kennesaw, Georgia, Kobe, the Great Wall. Your referee when the action begins is Nate Jolly.
Nate Jolly, our referee. Kid Chaos, Zach Cook in the camo trunks, while Kobe Wall is in the copper and white trunks. This catchweight battle 160 presented by 4G Custom Designs. We are underway.
And already you can see it, the movement of Kobe Wall. Very refined striker, lots of reach, very tall and lanky, but at the same time, very powerful as well.
Zach Cook, a lot of wiggle to his feints. 3 5-minute rounds in this pro bout.
Oh, wow, you see Zach Cook loading up there. He catches a teep right to the body. Oh, that was a shot. Here we go. Zach Cook with a big slam. Kobe Wall lands in a triangle. It could be over just like that. This is tight, Vince.
Zach Cook trying to hang on.
Oh, no. So tight, so tight. That's it.
A minute 10 is what it takes for Kobe Wall to stay undefeated. Checks his clock. Little half jab. He still hasn't lost it. He doesn't get paid by the hour.
Oh, my goodness. What a fight. What a tremendous prospect in Kobe Wall. Zach Cook is no slouch, man. Kobe Wall manhandled him here tonight.
Goodness. What a performance. Quick work by Kobe the Great Wall, living up to his name. And again, undefeated as both an amateur and a professional. Casey, take us through the finish.
Well, there it is. A beautiful slam there by Zach Cook, but he landed straight into that triangle choke. Kobe Wall is a master of this technique. He's tapped a lot of people with it, and tonight was no different. He finishes early round 1 submission.
Now 4-0 as a pro is Kobe Wall.
Yeah, and I believe it was actually the armbar he ended up finishing with.
Yeah. And Kid Chaos, Zach Cook's gonna fall to 3-4, and as Casey mentioned, susceptible for some of those submissions, and Kobe Wall is so refined and versatile. Even though he's on his back, the offense, the execution of the submission with that armbar gets the victory for Kobe the Great Wall. All right, we are ready to make it official. We go back to the cage. Here's Jennifer.
Your referee stops this fight at 1 minute and 10 seconds into the first round. For your winner via triangle armbar submission, Kobe the Great Wall.